Check us out. Also, Citizen Dodge at Twitter. Took a bit of a break here. We've been talking about the Mr. Colin Kaepernick and his demonstrative personal statement that he's been making with regard to the national anthem, and also talking about freedom of expression and I tried to apply the Army values, as it were, and two of the ones that I consider most personally affecting for me: personal courage and integrity. And hold on, Kaepernick. I just want to look up, see if I can find something. I believe the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wrote an op-ed piece talking about the response to Colin Kaepernick's behavior. I want to read two. I don't know if it's the same. Okay, so first I want to read where. Hold on. Actually, I'll take that back. Bear with me, please, my friends, if you will. This was published in the Washington Post. And Abdul-Jabbar, that would be the iconic Los Angeles Lakers, and I want to say is the University of Southern California, USC. Right? Am I right? College ball. He played. I think I'm right, but anyway, everybody knows who Kareem is, and so Kareem published an op-ed piece in the Washington Post, and his words were, "Insulting Colin Kaepernick says more about our patriotism than his." I'm going to read this statement or this column or this article, opinion piece by Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And just to give you some background, some of us may have forgotten, I know I certainly did, the NBA's all-time leading scorer, former cultural ambassador to the United States, and the author, most recently, of Writings on the Wall, Searching for a New Equality Beyond Black and White. Okay, so again, this is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm reading his words. During the Olympics in Rio a couple weeks ago, Army Reserve Second Lieutenant Sam Kendricks was sprinting intently in the middle of his pole vaulting attempt when he heard the national anthem playing. He immediately dropped his pole and stood at attention, a spontaneous expression of heartfelt patriotism that elicited more praise than his eventual bronze medal. Last Friday, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick chose not to stand with his teammates during the national anthem. To some, Kendricks embodies traditional all-American Forrest Gump values of patriotism, while Kaepernick represents the entitled, bratish behavior of a wealthy athlete ungrateful to a country that has given him so much. In truth, both men, in their own ways, behaved in a highly patriotic manner that should make all Americans proud. The discussion of the nuances of patriotism is especially important right now, with Trump and Clinton supporters each righteously claiming ownership of the, quote, most patriotic, unquote, label. Patriotism isn't just getting teary-eyed on the 4th of July or choked up at war memorials. It's supporting what the 4th of July celebrates and what those war memorials commemorate. The U.S. Constitution's insistence that all people should have the same rights and opportunities, and that it is the obligation of the government to make that happen. When the government fails in those obligations, it is the responsibility of patriots to speak up and remind them of their duty. One of the ironies of the way some people express their patriotism is to brag about our freedoms, especially freedom of speech, but then brand as unpatriotic those who exercise this freedom to express dissatisfaction with the government's record in upholding the Constitution. Colin Kaepernick explained why he will not stand during the national anthem. He said, quote, "There are a lot of things that are going on that are unjust, that people aren't being held accountable for. And that's something that needs to change. That's something that this country stands for: freedom, liberty, justice for all. And it's not happening for all right now." End of quote. What makes an act truly patriotic and not just lip service is when it involves personal risk or sacrifice. Both Kendricks and Kaepernick chose to express their patriotism publicly because they felt that inspiring others was more important than the personal cost. Yet Kendricks is a national champion pole vaulter, but every athlete knows that breaking focus and concentration during a high-pressure competition can be devastating to the athlete's performance. The Olympics was filled with favorites who faltered because of loss of focus. Halting his run in order to honor the national anthem could have cost Kendrick his medal. He was willing to take that chance. Likewise, Kaepernick's choice not to stand during the national anthem could create a public backlash that might cost him millions in future endorsements and affect his value as a player on his team, reducing salary earnings or even jeopardizing his job. If team ticket sales seriously dipped as a result, he would pay for his stance. We should admire those who risk personal gain in the service of promoting the values of their country. Both athletes are in fine company of others who have shown their patriotism in unconventional ways. In 1989, when a federal law prohibiting flag desecration went into effect, Vietnam veterans burned the American flag as a protest to a law curbing the First Amendment. Their argument was that they fought for the freedoms in the Constitution, not a piece of cloth. And to curtail those freedoms was an insult to their sacrifice. I love that language, an insult to their sacrifice. Ironically, the original purpose of flag desecration laws between 1897 and 1932 wasn't to prevent political dissent, but to prevent the use of flag imagery for political campaigns and in advertising. One sign of the maturation of American society is the willingness of those in the public eye, especially athletes, to openly take a political stand, even if it could harm their careers, to take a political stand. The modern era of athletes speaking out began in 1967 with Muhammad Ali refusing to be drafted to fight other people of color. That year, I joined with football great Jim Brown, basketball legend Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, and other prominent athletes for what was dubbed the Cleveland Summit. Together, we tried to find ways to help Ali fight for his right of political expression. I don't know how much we were able to accomplish on a practical level, but seeing black athletes in support of Ali inspired others to speak out. The following year, At the 1968 Olympics, African Americans Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised their fists during the medal ceremony as a protest to the treatment of people of color in the United States. In 2014, NBA players LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Jarrett Jack, Allen Anderson, Deron Williams, and Kevin Garnett, and NFL players from the Rams and Browns wore "I Can't Breathe" shirts during warm-ups for a game to protest police killings of unarmed blacks. What should horrify Americans is not Kaepernick's choice to remain seated during the national anthem, but that nearly 50 years after Ali was banned from boxing for his stance and Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised fists caused public ostracization and numerous death threats, we still need to call attention to the same racial inequities. Failure to fix this problem is what's really un-American here. Those words spoken or written by the great competitor, the championship basketball center, the obvious thinker, Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And quickly, am I still plugged up? Can I?
Yeah, you still plugged.
Okay, we're going to play Brother Colin Kaepernick video. I believe it talks about, it allows him to say in his own words his response to the drama. It's opening.
Hey, baby.
Oh, hold
How was
on.
Vegas?
Oh my gosh.
We're going to let this ad play. Anyway, Brother Kareem Abdul-Jabbar put it on, didn't he?
Yeah. Put it in
Yeah.
perspective.
And then I forgot about the Cleveland Summit. I had a picture of that I posted. It's a very powerful picture of all of them sitting together, man.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Kareem is quite the bright dude. Very brilliant brother. Okay, here it is.
I'll continue to sit. I'm going to continue to stand with the people that are being oppressed. To me, this is something that has to change. And when there's significant change, and I feel like that flag represents what it's supposed to represent, and this country is representing people the way that it's supposed to, I'll stand. I mean, ultimately, it's to bring awareness and make people, realize what's really going on in this country. There are a lot of things that are going on that are unjust, people aren't being held accountable for, and that's something that needs to change. That's something that, this country stands for: freedom, liberty, justice for all. And it's not happening for all right now. There's a lot of things that need to change. One specifically is police brutality. There's people being murdered unjustly and not being held accountable. Cops are getting paid leave for killing people. That's not right. That's not right by anyone's standards. It wasn't something that I really planned as far as it blowing up. It was something that I personally decided I just can't stand for what this represents right now. It's not right. And the fact that it has blown up like this, I think is a good thing. It brings awareness. Everybody knows what's going on, and this sheds more light on it. Now, I think people are really talking about it, having conversations about how to make change, what's really going on in this country, and we can move forward. I mean, I've had times where one of my roommates was moving out of a house in college, and because we were the only black people in that neighborhood, the cops got called and all of us had guns drawn on us. Came in the house without knocking, guns drawn on one of my teammates and roommates. So I have experienced this. People close to me have experienced this. This isn't something that's a one-off case here, a one-off case there. This has become habitual. It's become a habit. So it's something that needs to be addressed. At this point, I've been blessed to be able to get this far and, have the privilege of being in the NFL and, making the kind of money I make and enjoy luxuries like that. But I can't look in the mirror and see other people dying on the street that should have the same opportunities that I've had and say, you know what, I can live with myself, because I can't if I just watch.
Do you think you might get cut over this?
I don't know. But if I do, I know I did what's right. And I can live with that at the end of the day.
Wow. I hadn't heard him that much. I just heard a little bit, but I gotta give that man his respect.
Yeah.
And I went over. I'm somebody that I'm not gonna say I bleed red, white, and blue, but I would. I got a combat patch on my shoulder. I went to war. I tear up real quick about certain things, but this guy, I respect him. I would go to war with this guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying I like what he said. Like I said, I might, when I was in OCS, Officer Candidate School, they would be assessing us, and they would say, let's see if I remember this correct. They would say, I can't remember it now, I'm trying to say it, but they would say, good idea, Jones, bad execution, though. We know you wanted to get your people out of the danger zone and to safety. Good leadership. However, in your candidate dimwit mind, you didn't execute it. I'm not calling this guy a dimwit, but they would tell me that we're going to keep you around for a while because your leadership was exemplary. You just didn't know the tactics yet.
Right.
Okay? And so they would write that up and hopefully by the time I got out of OCS,
Right.
I would have the good leadership and I would have the contemplativeness and the whatever to figure out the right and safest way to extract it, to get over there. And what I would say to this young man is, I can't even sharpshoot him. Great leadership, great character, which is big with me.
Yeah.
The fact that he's even still talking about it, the fact that he had the personal, ask my kids, personal courage and integrity. If you have that in this life, you got a chance.
Exactly.
You got a chance. If you have personal courage and something in him said, I want to speak right now. And it's easy for me not to speak, but I want to speak. And he said some other stuff in this interview that I hadn't heard him say before, which was people are talking. That's a good thing.
Right.
Something that's not right.
Right.
And, a lot of times we teach ourselves to, when something's not right, to okay, well, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm over here. But I understand it's not right, but it's not really my job.
Take
to
the
really.
young thug approach.
Yeah, and I got to say, I'll be honest with you. I mean, you judge me if you want. If I'm him, I wouldn't have done that way. I would have done it like I was telling you. But I respect that he did what he did the way he did. So, again, we're not going to beat him up. Colin Kaepernick, man, I wish you the best. I hope you have a good football season. Based on some of this feedback, you better watch out. I hope they might be trying to...
I mean, tonight is military night. 21 minutes ago, the Washington Post just posted it. And he said he's going to continue to take a seat at tonight's game with the Chargers.
Wow.
On military night. So we'll see what happens.
Wow. But, yeah, good job, dear brother. And we all contribute, I like to think, in making this country, and please don't get me. It feels so funny coming out of my mouth because that clown keeps saying "Make America,"
Great.
Please, my mouth can hardly say it, but we do have a very, very, very special and great nation, and this type of activity, this type of personal courage and honesty, along with lots of others, create this ocean of change that is still possible, believe it or not. I know some people believe that change it's not possible, but it's things like this guy. So I salute you, Mr. Kaepernick, and with that, it is time to sign out. I think I will take you guys out if I can find it with the Faces of the Fallen song. Let's see if I can find this thing. Wait a minute. Excuse me here for a moment. There we go. See if I can open this up. Hey, if you've been listening, go to vetsreport.com. Leave me a message about this. If I'm wrong about this guy, let me know. If you feel like you going too easy on this guy, he should have. Let me know, and I will definitely next week we'll revisit this topic and and talk about it. The again, vetsreport.com, Citizen Dodge. At Twitter, going to leave you with Faces of the Fallen, which is one of the lead singles off of the upcoming Service Connected album project to be released, hopefully, Veterans Day 2016. That will be in November. Again, thank you. And I'm going to, on behalf of my dear friend, the great DJ Good Vibe, or Big Greg as I call him, peace and blessings. This is Faces of the Fallen.
Yo, it's the original 202 Dodge City, son, straight from the heart. Yo, I see the faces of the fallen. I see them every day in my dreams when I'm walking. Always they with me. I think about the ones that fell down and couldn't stand back up, like my man Big Pete, my man D10, my man Boogie. From the combat objectives back on the streets again. I see the faces of the fallen, and it's tearing me apart. Come on, yeah, come on, 1, 2, how we do? I see the faces of the fallen. I read their names every day in the newspaper. So many good lives lost that we can't replace. I keep the call signs that's on the surface of my heart. Tombstones, graveyards, tough love dies hard. I see the faces of the fallen in my dreams, mommy. I feel them teardrops falling. Hear the voices steadily calling me. Distant echoes down the hallways of my heart. I see the faces of the fallen, mommy, and it's tearing me apart. I hear them calling. So many faces of the fallen. But come on. Yo, Mr. President, the dumb one before this one. I wish the man with the shoe had a gotcha, and I wouldn't have been mad if he'd have shot ya. So many good ones died because of you, plus the innocence, all because of you and your ignorance and hubris. Wherever you are, I hope you hear this, hear the voices calling. Because of you, so many tears falling, the wounded and the weary. All the lovers in black to fold the flags from the honor guard. Tombstone, graveyard, tough love dies hard. See the faces of the fallen. Come on. Yo, I'm still here, Joe. Sometimes I wish I was with you. Every time my son smiles, I think about your kid. Yo, I remember you and everything that you did on the battlefields in the midst of struggle. You led from the front, never lost your humanity, self-service, personal courage and integrity. Without you, brothers, sometimes I wonder who I would be. Pieces of a man now, trying to keep it together now, trying to find smiles to replace the fire. Still trying to reconcile how it all went down. Each day I miss you, brother, you know I miss you right now. I dedicate this to you, I hope you hear me calling faces of the fallen. Come on, whoever figured it'd be you. Sometimes I wish it was me, so many nights I can't sleep. I'm swimming through grief, my eyes salt water, bloodshot red, thinking about which ones died and who got dead. My little homie woke up with a plate in his head, say I can still feel the pain, but I ain't got no legs. Why they even save me, bro? Should've left me for dead. Now he's dealing with depression, the guilt of survival, contemplated homicide, even felt suicide. He hears the voices of his homies, he hears his battle buddies calling. That's what he told me. He hears the tingling faces. Joe, he's trying to fall in. Yo, come on. Bleeding out to a flatline, toe tag, medevac flag over the Cassie Dover, Delaware, I picture that. Dear Lord, I don't wanna die here. I wanna get up from this puddle of blood and help my peers. I can't feel the pain yet, don't even know I'm hurting. I'm mad at myself cause I don't wanna be a burden. I guess it's lights out, time to go now. My combo reverie, sing a song at my 9-night, remember me. I see the faces of the fallen and they're calling me. Come on, I'm coming home, mommy. You don't wanna see me like this. They had to keep the casket closed, mommy. No last kiss. I guess I see you on the other side, so keep me in your prayers. No need for despair, mommy, I know you cared. It was my time to make my egress from this life. I only wish I could've said goodbye. I never meant to make you cry, mommy. I know I lived a lonely soldier's life, a high risk, guns and warfare, bullets with no names. The politicians don't care, they play with words, they play with lies. Don't care for who dies, so many cruel lies. Cause cash rules everything around us. That's what my journey taught me. That's what I really care about, mommy. It's going down like that, and it just ain't fair. Among the faces of the fallen now, remember me, I say my prayers, mommy. And I remember the combat objective, the bomb city blowing up, sniper fire coming. RPGs and IEDs had us all running. Some guy hit, some made it away from the AK spray. The mortar rounds felt like judgment day, and when that reaper came, some had to go away. I miss my dear friends, Lord, I miss them every day. And I still hear their voices calling, calling in the wind. My homies calling, calling on me. So many memories, and they stay with me over and over, time and again. I see the faces of the violent, I see the faces of the violent, calling on me over and over, time and again. I see the faces of the violent, calling on me. I hear the voices steadily calling, talk to me. Don't forget me, brother. Remember me. Don't forget me, brother. I was there with you. See the faces of the fallen over and over, time and again. I see the faces of the fallen. Yeah, it's original 202 Dodge City, son. It's dedicated to my man Boogie, Big Pete, D-Dent, and so many others. On the combat ejector, on the combat ejector.